Welcome back. I'd like to show you my way of applying Aprés Gel X nail tips inexpensively without using the full kit from Aprés. The first product that I'm going to use is from Premier Gel, and it's the rubber base coat. It's a particularly good base coat if you have weak or flaky nails. It's a good, strong and flexible bond and a great base to start off with. The next product is Premier Gel's Liquid Builder Gel. This is the clear one, and I've used these in the past for making small extensions and overlays to my natural nail. And I would have used the top coat from Premier Gel, but I didn't have it to hand, so today I'm using the Pretty Diva one. The last thing I'm going to be using is the torch that I picked up on Amazon for about a £5. It's got 8 LEDs in and flash cures perfectly. First step to do is the nail tip preparation. You need to go through the box and fit these to your nails before you try to apply them. If they don't fit, just take a file and just file them gently to shape them to your cuticle, and also remove the inner shine by the use of an e-file or a sponge file, which is quite easy to do. Give them a little brush down to get rid of that dust and just set them to one side for use. These are the medium sculpted stilettos. They have a higher apex and more suitable for you if you have a deep C curve. I think I'll stick to the natural in future though. Nail preparation is very easy. Obviously you do your cuticle work, which I have already done here, and all you do is take the surface sheen off with a file and clean up with a little bit of acetone. There's no need for a primer and a bonder. That's one of the reasons I wanted to use the Premier Gels, because you don't need to use those 2 extra steps. Next, apply a thin coat of rubber base coat. I do the entire hand and then I give it a 30-second zap in my blaster. That's the LED light that's my full-size LED light for those of you who don't call it a blaster. And this fills in minor deviations in your nail and leaves a smooth surface for the rest of the process. It should be noted that you can actually use this to apply the nails as well, so if you want to, you can just buy the one product and use this to apply the gel tips, which I've also done, and they lasted just as well for weeks on end. So here we are, I'm all ready to put the nails on. And I'm just going to get the liquid builder gel and put a little amount into the tip. I'm switching on my torch, which is hanging from my lamp that I'm using, and first of all I just apply an overall thin layer so that it makes it easier to spread the liquid builder gel on. I put more in the middle, and then applying from the base of the nail up, just pressing it on until you can see that the gel reaches the free edge of your natural nail. I'm just flash curing it now under the light, just for a count of 10, and then I'm just going to check that that's all gone okay, and this one's come out really well, so I'm just going to repeat that for the rest of my nails. Sometimes on the flatter nails it's a little bit more difficult with these sculpted tips to really press it down and fill that apex, so I sometimes put an additional line of gel up the centre of my nail so that when I press it on, when I press the tip on that's got the gel behind it, the whole thing has a little bit more gel to fill that space, and it works out a little bit easier, but you do need to be careful of splurging, which is easy enough to remove afterwards, but it's an extra step you don't need to do. Once you've flash cured the entire hand, just zap it in the blaster for 60 seconds to finish it off. Finally, take your file and just take off a few rough edges. If there's any splurges, you can sort that out now, and you can file down the cuticle area just to make it a little bit more flush for when it grows out. Finally, clean up with a little bit of acetone. This melts the surface, ready for the top coat to be applied. Here we are, applying the Pretty Diva top coat. It's very liquid, this one, so I tend not to go right to the edges, because by the time I've finished painting each nail, it's worked its way down to the edges of the nails, and it's very easy to flood the cuticle if you're not careful. It's not my favourite top coat, but it's one that I just had to hand as I was making this video. I would normally use the Premier Gel one. It's a really good top coat, and I really like that. Once you've done your complete hand, just zap it in the blaster for 60 seconds and you're done. And that's it. This whole process took around about 40 minutes for both hands. It's very quick and easy once you get the hang of it. Your technique does improve quite quickly, usually about the third nail, and you're rolling along quite nicely. Here's a couple of pictures of the finished results, and also of a manicure I did this way previously. It lasted about 5 weeks. I did about 2 fills and changed the gel polish twice, and ordinary nail polish as well. A little word about cost. The full kit from Aprés costs about 150 plus, and everything I used today cost me about 60. All the products I've used today are linked in the description box below, so please take a look at that, and thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe and hit that little bell if you'd like notifications of my latest uploads. See you next time.